a video update on the Skidoo MXZ. Got the carburetors back in it. Bought a carb kit for it last weekend, and turns out that the carburetors that were in it were for like a triple of some sort. So we're running a Formula 583 setup in it for this season until I can get carbs for it. That's okay, because this whole thing needs to be gone through and cleaned out. I mean, like, it's bad. This thing is nowhere near clean. My heat shield barely stays on there. I do got a nice, really old MBRP can on there though. Real nice and raspy. Come over here, my clutches. They need to be cleaned really bad. They're very dirty. Like, there's enough corrosion on there to stop a bear. Like this, it's super bad. Needs to be cleaned before its first ride. But it's not the end of the world. Got a kind of new belt on there last season. The spare one on here is actually the one I was running on it before, I think. This is from a different sled. Not sure, I don't pay attention to it too much, but got a new tether on there, and the rubber's already coming off, along with a cat key. Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? You got a cat key on a Skidoo? Well, I don't know. Got a really janky grab bar on there. That's coming off. Because it just looks really bad, and it does nothing. But we've got some RSI 30-degree angled risers. Just a little 3-inch. But they make it real nice. Also got some Rev running board grips, whatever you want to call them, along with the aftermarket Rev seat that was mounted kind of bad. Same with the taillight. It works. What else? Got a new chain in there, but you gotta keep an eye on the oil and stuff, because last season it was leaking and it overheated in the chain case. The chain stretched, and mid-trail ride she barely moved. Also got like trailing arm from Formula or something on there. Works good. It hasn't broken, which is nice. 2002 MXZ spindles, I believe. Make it real nice to mount to the skis. They just go straight from there instead of having big old brackets. Like, I can fit those gripper skis from Rush on there. What else? Well, I've got the hood painted, as you can see. It's not the best paint, but it looks much better than it did before, where it was like 50 different shades of yellow. But it is pretty rough, and dirt is all over it. And it sits under like 4 different tarps at a time. Still has no front bumper, but that's okay. Don't need front bumper. It's up in the air. Still have a really bad track on there. It was like a 0.5 track, and it's probably a 0.4 track now. This thing has gone through a lot of rubber burning, but like all these bearings have been replaced mid-season last season. And I'll show you. This bolt keeps falling out of there, so it's gonna get a 136 along with the track from this Rev. This is my cousin. Still needs to be built, but he'll be getting a different track, and I got this basically brand new Ripsaw track, I think it is. I'm probably wrong, but that's okay. This thing is pretty cool too. It's getting a 670. It's currently a nothing. That's okay, it's just a skew. Don't get mad at me. But yeah. I've started up, but there's no gas in there. Surprisingly, there was like no gas at all in here, and opened the gas cap, and it smelled like there was gas from 6 years ago in there. It smells horrible. But that's getting cleaned up too. Throttle is nice and stiff, although I'm gonna have to adjust it because it is really bad at the moment. A good position for standing, but sitting is bad. And this thing isn't the easiest to stand on. But everything works on it. It's a good sled. It's been running pretty much all its life. A backstory on it, it actually started out life as a 500, and then the previous owner or somebody, they like knew nothing, and they messed up a lot of things in here. So it's on its way to being a little princess again. You know. But it works. It runs. Hopefully next year I'll be on a ZR 500 mod. Might be going to pick up a 1999 ZR 500 this weekend. It's just a chassis, but you know, it's what builds are for. I put about 400 miles on it last season just from track spin, which is cool. Very cool. Yeah, I think that's all that's been going on with this thing. Not that anybody probably thought about it, which is fine. But yeah, I guess we